Key and Frank Huffenagel, and today we're going to be showing you how to create quizzes using Google Forms and also various extensions having to do with those quizzes. So the first thing we did was go to forms.google.com, logged into our Google account. In this case, we're using Frank Huffenagel's Google account. This would be the screen that you would see, and we're going to hit this blank form just like you were to make a normal Google form. Okay, so I'm given the option here to make several types of questions, multiple choice, checkbox. In order to have the quizzes graded, we're going to want to make them all multiple choice questions. It's going to make it easier for Google Forms to grade the questions for us. I'm going to title our quiz test quiz for Google class. All right. And our first question. When does the week start in our Google class? All right. It changed it to date, but we're going to want to bring it back to multiple choice just so that again we can score it. So I'm going to go ahead and add all the options. Is it going to be Monday? Add another option. Is it going to be Tuesday? Possibly Wednesday. Thursday or Friday. Okay. Now, in order to actually make this a quiz, we're going to make it required. Hit these three buttons here. Go to description. I'm sorry. Settings, quizzes. Yes, right up here, quiz. We're going to make this a quiz. Now, here we'll get the option to grade immediately after each submission or later on. We're going to keep this on immediately. We want the respondents to see the missed questions, the correct answers, and the point values. So we'll hit save. Okay, so now what this did for our question is it put this little button down here, answer key. If we hit answer key, I can tell Google which is the correct answer. So our class starts on Mondays. All right. Also, you're going to want to assign a point value to this. Since we're going to be adding other questions here, I'm going to put a 50 points on this question. All right. Also, go back to hit edit question to go back to your normal question layout.
All right, so now we're going to talk about an add-on that we can use. So we can click the three dots right here and hit add-ons. And what you can do, if you want, you can limit the add-ons you want to use and filter them. So you can filter by like education. And you'll get a list of different add-ons right here. And one add-on that I'm going to talk about is the GMath for Forms. You can click on it and hit free. You'll have to allow GMath to access your Google account. You can hit got it. Then you have to wait for it to load up, usually. You click on GMath right here, and you have a bunch of options. Create mathematical expressions, create a graph, and all kinds of other things that could be really helpful for a math teacher. So I'm just going to create a mathematical expression, and I'm going to add a new question as well. You also have to tell GMath whether you're a teacher or a student. So I'm going to say I'm a teacher. It asks you where you teach. I spelled hot dog wrong, sorry about that. I really can't type today, I'm sorry. So Hauppauge Union Free School District, New York, the primary grade you teach, and you hit submit. You have to wait a minute for that to load up. And there's a simple version and a more advanced version. Hit next. And you have this editor where you can select what you want to type. So I can choose an option. You can even record with it. There's quite a few options, even handwriting. So I'm going to click here, and I have all these options available to me. And you can do things like exponents, you can do different symbols. So I'm going to say something as simple as 2x plus 3x equals, but you can do a lot more complicated mathematical symbols. And then you hit this, and it should put it right in the blank. Well, it should, but it's not. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. It added it right down here, in an image instead. So now we can just click and say, find the answer. And we can do multiple choice options. So we can say it's 5x. We could say it's 3x, and so on like that. And then we'll have to make it required. Go to our answer key, select the right answer choice, just like Andrew showed us. And then we're done selecting this question. We have to change our point value, and since we have 2 questions, we're going to make it 50 points.
Okay, so from here, we've added 2 different questions to complete our quiz. I'm just going to delete a couple of extras that got added in accidentally. And so we have our quiz with two questions. And I still have to clean up one more. One more. Okay, so once again we have our 2-question quiz. So we have a typical multiple choice question as well as a math question. So now another add-on we're going to discuss is a limiter. And that is known as the form limiter. And what this does is it allows us to set a limit on how long our form is accessible to anybody looking to take it. So I've already downloaded it. It is an add-on also, similar to the math add-on. So when I select it, you will see another window pops up similar to our math. So we can limit it 2 different ways. Date and time, as you see, as well as how many people can actually take this particular quiz. Right, so date and time or a max number of form responses. I'm going to do date and time right now. So you select your date and time. You see it is accepting form responses. Okay. I'll select today's date. And I will select 4:40. So we go to the minutes, and we will select PM. And then you can see you even put in a message there. Oh, sorry, it did not put the time in. So we're going to try that again. I forgot to hit set. All right. So then you can customize the message, anything you want. This is the default. We're going to keep that as that, and we'll go save, enable. So now that we are now that we have it set, we can disable it if we want. I can also do a max number also with that. So when number of responses is greater than, and if you have 20 students in your class, you can go 20. Okay, so I will put 20 in there also, save and enable also. So now that both our add-ons have been added on, we are going to publish this, and so people can take it. So once again, to review, we want to go to our settings and also discuss our how to possibly collect email addresses, which will then be added on automatically. Okay. We can also choose limit to one response, so students can't take it more than once.
Also, if you're in Google Apps for Education, you don't necessarily have to just collect email addresses, because you can also get the option that students have to be signed in to their Google Apps for Education account to actually take the test. This option isn't available here since these are personal Gmail accounts.
Also, there's choices for the respondent can edit it after submit. If it is a quiz, you might not want to select that, and you can also let them see the summary of charts if you want to also, which I do not suggest you do. So we're going to save that. All right, at this point in time, we are ready to make it go live. So we're going to hit send. All right, and we can either email it out to individual people, which I am going to email it to both Mark and Andrew.
Now, of course, with students, this isn't necessarily the best option. A better option would be to take this link and share it in Google Classroom so that all of your students get that link at one time.
So I'll show you how to do that in a moment after I hit send. So as Mark was just saying, another choice to do, rather than emailing it to individual people, you can select send via a link. And this would be a great link to put right into your Google Classroom. And so by doing that, you can also shorten it. You would hit copy, and then you could put it directly into a Google Classroom assignment to have students take it. So as of right now, Mark and Andrew are taking it, so you see our responses have gone up from 1 to 2. And so just to show you what that would look like, we have our responses, right? And this is your summary view. So we have the insight. So they both got 100. Very good, guys.
Thank you.
If you want to see the answers in a spreadsheet, if you scroll all the way up to the top, and you can click on that green part right there, create a new spreadsheet, and it will then open up the results in a spreadsheet where you'll be able to see the timestamp, the email address. You can even see the score that the student got and the answers they got as well. And this can be beneficial if you're doing something like a fill in the blank, answer choice as well, and you may have to edit the score after the fact because Google Forms wasn't grading like a fill in the blank or something like that.
So just another word or two about the response page. You can also see individual responses by scrolling through. And then there is the button to release the scores to the individuals. The only thing is with our Google in Hauppauge, remember the students do not have access to their Hauppauge Gmail accounts.
Thanks so much for viewing our video on Google Forms and quizzes.
Good luck.